What's going on, everyone? It's another Sunday, another Funday Sunday talk show. We're going to talk a little bit about the Wandavision. We got some good news on that one. A couple of special guests and different things going on. So, and KM's busy. So, Cat 60, you're first up. What's up, brother?
So what's going on, man? Looks like we're
Not
gonna
much.
do some stacking tonight.
Yeah, I heard you got some
Awesome.
good stuff. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I dove deep into this, man. I think this is gonna be a big story. It's gonna tie into a lot of stuff I've had spec into for a while. So let's get it going.
Yeah, appreciate you. Next up, we got.
What's up, everyone? How's it going, man?
What is that on your head, brother?
New comic book day bag.
Oh,
Hope
Lord.
everyone's having a great weekend. It's snowing where I'm at, so I'm going to be indoors all week.
All right. Next up, we got one of our special guests. Not sure if he's been here before, but we got Keith Lackey.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, this is the first time I've been on this show, so it's good to be here.
Yeah, man, appreciate you.
Yeah,
What you got going on, brother?
Just preparing for the auction later on. You know, pulling some books and trying to organize things, get my things in order. So
definitely. No, we appreciate you coming on today's show, man. Hopefully you have fun.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we got J1. What's up, J1?
What is going on? Great show. I can already.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we don't go off the rails, start talking about food reviews again. But
it's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
I already know that somewhere along the line something crazy will happen. But let's wait, what happened here? Oh no. Wait. I don't really know. Oh,
you are like lag central, bro.
Am I? Is it bad?
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Here's what I can do to fix it. But I'll see y'all in a bit.
All right, brother. I see we got Brooklyn Born in the house. What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming out. We got Collector Den showing a special appearance. What's up, Collector?
Hey, what's up, family? Just excited for today's show. I'm really digging that WandaVision, and that's one show that I've been watching, and just getting ready to talk with you guys for sure.
And then yet again, the Class Clown.
Hi guys, I'm really excited to share my Pokemon collection. First, we have the Intelligent VMAX.
Just turn into one of those channels. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give it 2 more weeks.
Yeah,
this is why we call him the Class Clown.
Well, yeah, I don't know a whole lot about WandaVision. I haven't really watched anything, but from a lot of the stuff I've heard, it's been back and forth, but it's going to be interesting hearing what some people have to say. And really, before I start watching it, I think this will be good before people start to watch it and grab some input. So, which I know me and Kat have talked, and I know there's certain things that tie in that I normally probably wouldn't think of off the bat. So I'm kind of glad Kat told me to know where I can look for those things. So tonight for me, it's more educational. Like I'm going to learn something before I go in and watch it, and I think that will, I think that'll actually help me either get through it or help me enjoy it. So we'll see.
Oh Lord. He said I had my Taco Bell ready. All right, we got my least better half up next. What's up, KM?
Hey, what's up, Hydra? What's up, fam? What's up, everybody in the chat? How's everybody doing? Wanted to just say hi. Just got off of work and slid right into the show.
All right.
Is that about it now?
No, this is just to keep pumping up what Cat 60 was talking about, and this is going in the press machine for Keith Lackey anyway. So
Ben,
since I'm
That's
gonna
what I
work
was
on
gonna
it.
say.
I want that.
Okay.
And, I want that and Keith Lackey.
No.
Well, what's that collector's man?
It's a little Ultron figure I got today.
We're not gonna get started on that.
Yeah, Paul, you see
Oh,
that?
did you
Uh-oh.
want to press Keith, or were you gonna press it yourself?
You can press it. I'm not very good at pressing it. I
I
haven't
can
pressed
press it
anything
for
yet.
you. It's really,
I
really
bought the
nice.
machine,
So,
I haven't done it yet.
You got to press Keith Lackey too.
All right, we got
You got to press out that beach bod.
a
Give him like a
second
20-pack.
first appearance. And I'll go ahead and introduce him before we go ahead and get everything started. I want to say appreciate Batman Popster with his first appearance on the show. Coming out,
What's
gonna
up?
join us on the auction today also, man. So that should be exciting. What's going on, Batman Popster?
Not too much, man. I'm excited for this conversation because I just watched episode 4 today. So,
Oh man. So I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I can't wait to get into this and see what exactly all the hype is about.
for
So
sure.
let's get into it.
I'm just here for eye candy. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my
I've seen everything up to episode 4, but I don't care about spoilers and all that. So you guys can keep it going. Just keep it coming, Cat. All right.
Yeah, you ain't gonna bother me.
All right, man.
I'll catch it.
I don't care about all that spoiler stuff. Don't worry.
So you know how these speculation talks go. There does consist of spoilers. So I'm pretty sure Cassie's gonna throw out a couple of spoilers. So if you haven't watched it and you don't want spoilers, then close your ears.
Right.
You're in the wrong spot.
You want me to get going?
Let's go.
All right. So if you've watched it, if you haven't watched it, doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of people there's so much back and forth with people hating it and people loving it, and I understand. A lot of people don't like it because it's a 50s sitcom, but if you take that for what it is, just that it's a 50s sitcom, you're missing the big point. It's a thing in we don't know exactly yet. I mean, because it goes different ways, and I'll go through that. But it seems like Wanda is controlling this. It almost seems like it, but there are things that say she's not, and I think it's a little bit. It could be a little bit of both, actually. So if we talk about where the town came from, the idea of the town, it came from the Avengers. I think it's called Assault on Pleasant Hill. So assault or standoff, the Assault on Pleasant Hill. So basically, the way that it goes, and there's a whole reading order for this. I can give you links to it if you want. There's Maria Hill is in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she created a prison for superpowered villains located in a town with cloaking capabilities called Pleasant Hill. She created what she did was she used these cosmic cubes, fragments that merged and exploded and killed everyone, but created a little girl named Komikz. And basically, Komikz could warp reality for people. So while these super villains were in this prison, she was actually altering their minds to to this altered state of reality. They don't know who they are. They don't know that they're supervillains. They're just living a life that probably a normal life. So that's what Pleasant Hill's all about. So Pleasant Hill didn't have like normal townspeople. It had like agents and hired actors that went in and actually gave more validity and made the town more real for these supervillains. They would go in and out of the town. One of the villains, called the Fixer, created a machine that would reveal one's true identity. And there's eventually a prison break led by Baron Zemo. They eventually imprisoned the Avengers in Pleasant Hill as well, and they escaped because Professor X. So we're crossing over into different books. So they're different characters. Professor X trained his students to protect themselves from psychic attacks and leaving clues inside of their reality, whatever they're seeing, that would wake them up, make their memories return. And Rogue had been the one to wake up the others from the fake reality. So basically, if you watch WandaVision, you got all these commercials. Like the clock, the watch was made by Strucker. Oh shit, man, stupid dogs. So the toaster was made by Stark Industries. So these things are what help wake up. Hold on, let me shut it.
Way to keep the suspense going here, Kat. I appreciate it.
So these things would help wake, these little clues would help wake the people up inside the reality. And we see that in WandaVision with these commercials. So what happened is that in Pleasant Hill, there was a group that was, I guess, because S.H.I.E.L.D. actually turned into Sword not in the comic book series, but in that part of the comic book series, but later on. So where am I? So we're gonna oh man, I lost where I was. That sucks, stupid dogs.
Yeah, before you get too much further, do you think, in your opinion, though, it's based off of the comic book, or are they really trying to spin it to where it is solely Wanda? Like, because that's ultimately like what I think it is. It's Wanda basically creating her own reality within everything, and we're starting to see that now, slowly but surely. Like, things are coming like that.
Well, think of this. I mean, jumping in what I was saying, I'll take it to that part. Remember you had that person in the radio, and it turned out to be Timmy Woo.
Right.
It turned out to be Timmy Woo. Remember, who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Oh, who?
Yeah, it was.
So we don't have an actual idea to this point of who is creating this reality. Now you could say that it's Wanda because she does have some things that that points to that she can control this environment. Remember when there was a noise outside the window, and it freaked them out when they were in bed, and Vision got all scared and shit. It was kind of funny.
Right.
But she actually opened the curtains up and was making the tree bounce off the window, so that could have been what the sound was. But the reality is that sound was people coming in and out of that place.
The drones that are coming in and like going into.
Well,
it was going out.
Okay. So the first one, remember the drone went in, right, and crashed into the bushes, and then right after that, Monica Rambeau put her hand in the thing and she zoomed in. So that was the 2 crashes there. The next crash that they heard, which was at the end of that show, that episode, was when the guy came up through the manhole cover, right, and made that same sound. So we know now that that sound is people coming in and out of this bubble. Now in the assault on Pleasant Hill, people were put in there. In this one, it seems like people can just, people wind up just going in. And when they go in, their minds are altered. I mean, the guy that was coming through the manhole, when he came up, we don't know exactly. And the reality is, we don't know if he is altered or if he's just there.
But isn't that's Scarlet Witch though? That he has the capability of doing that.
Yeah, he turned into
but remember Tommy Woo said. Remember Tommy Woo said, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?" And Wanda is partially out of it too, because if you remember when she had the babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
She started remembering some things. She remembered that she had a twin brother because the twins are there. She remembered she had a twin brother. So is she warping her own mind, or is somebody doing this to her?
Ultimately, that's what I think it is. It's like she has gotten so deep within this own reality that she's created, based to go back for being what she wanted to be with Vision, period. She's created her own alternate reality that is now coming to her current reality in her mind.
And all these people are practically dead. The one that are in her story, right?
No, they were part of the blip when Thanos snapped his fingers, because that's a part of episode 4 too, that we start finding out who everybody is. Like, everybody that is in this protective bubble are people that went missing within that same time frame.
Yeah. Monica appeared.
No, because Vision's in there.
But Vision's fake, and we saw that.
But Vision died though, right?
Vision died from Thanos pulling the Vision Stone out of his head.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing. Like when everybody came back was in Spider-Man Far From Home, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when people started coming back. Well, they also took another version of that, was the people coming back in the hospital, which was the beginning of episode 4 of WandaVision. And that's when Monica Rambeau came back.
Yeah.
So we absolutely know the timeline of this show.
It's post Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah, it's post Endgame. I mean, we don't know the exact time, but it's definitely post. Well, no,
we do actually, because the nurse or whatever that was talking to her said, like, well, you've been gone for 3 years, and her mom passed away 2 years, which is a 5-year timeline of when the blip happened to when everything came back.
So here's an idea. So Wanda comes back instantly. She would have had to created this environment if she created it at all. Okay, she would have had to have created it as soon as she came back, because Monica Rambeau was there a week or 3 weeks, I can't remember, and Sword knew about this place.
Yeah.
So they sent her off on that mission to go to Westview, which Westview, I'm not sure is okay. One of the things I think, Westview is not Pleasant Hill. Westview is another town that's modeled after Pleasant Hill. Does that make sense?
So it's basically like a second version of, or before Pleasant View, or
Pleasant Hill took place before Civil War.
Oh, but the timeline in the MCU is all over the place, though.
Yeah.
So they've been switching stories like everywhere. I don't know. They didn't even give World what is it, World War Hulk? They didn't even give that much of a. They combined it into Thor's movie.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying.
Here's the thing. See, we go back to Wanda. We go back to Vision and Scarlet Witch. Okay, they had a family. They got married. They had a family, which it turned out that she created her children from her own abilities and part of the soul of what was the guy's name? Mephisto, right?
Okay.
That's how she created the babies, because I mean, Vision is an android, basically. He's a machine.
But that's where that one scene where she sees Vision with the stone missing, right? In this episode, that's what automatically makes me think that it's her mind. She's created this because those are the things that are breaking out within her psyche that she's seen and she's gone through. And those are the small things like that. I mean, and you could tell that, she freaks out and she loses it every once in a while.
In the comic books, Vision is killed by scientists and spies. He's disassembled and his memory is deleted. It's gone. So, Pym actually rebuilt him, and he's like a white version of Vision.
Okay.
And he's forgotten everything. He's lost all emotional ties to Wanda and the two kids. So he has no emotion into it. And there's another book that comes out, which is if I can remember the
West Coast Avengers.
That's the West Coast Avengers. Yeah, that's the first.
West Coast Avengers.
The first
is where they
Vision.
were. What's that?
That's
the West Coast Avengers is the first White Vision. I'm trying to find it right now.
Give me a second. There's
Thought I had it. Oh.
There's another stupid word. There's a guy. Actually, I'll just go from memory. I'm not gonna have names. There's a guy who wrote a book about Vision getting back his. He created a new family of androids because he started wanting to have a family. So he created a wife and kids.
Tom
and
King.
basically, what's that?
Tom King, The Vision. This is it.
Yes, The Vision. That's right. So he created that family that wound up getting killed, and after that, he started getting the memories back about Wanda. And
because he left Scarlet Witch because she did all this shit, and he left her and created his own family. That's part of the storyline.
So he went. So now he goes back with Wanda. Now the question is, okay, so Vision was dead. In the comic books, he was killed by scientists and spies, but in the movies, he was killed by Thanos.
Right. But that's what I was talking about with her vision when she saw him in that kind of like glimpse. That's Thanos pulled, like the way he looked when Thanos pulled the
stone out. Yeah.
And can you imagine how she went crazy with it's Jessica Rambeau, right?
Monica
Rambeau, my bad. When she mentioned Ultron,
Ultron. Yeah.
And she just like as soon as she said that, she snapped and she like realized that she wasn't part of her big reality. So even we get clues that Wanda doesn't have full control of her reality.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and even Timmy Woo was asking her the question, "Who's doing this to you?"
Doing this to you. So they're speculating that Mephisto might have something to do with it. That he's pulling strings in that reality also. Did you guys hear about that?
I don't think Mephisto is going to play a part in this.
But what do you guys?
This is going to roll into House of M.
Do you think that's what I'm saying? Do you think this is a build-up for a new villain, like not in the MCU, but like a big villain in the show that connects all of these shows together?
It's really funny
because I got like
it could be like a side villain because I know we're going with Kane, right, on the MCU, and we're going with some big boy hitters in the MCU. But I'm talking about medium guys, like Mephisto. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear that spec. I'm gonna check into that one too.
Well, Mephisto, Wanda used like her abilities and part of Mephisto's soul to create her children. Okay, so Mephisto does have some sort of play in it, but it never shows. It never shows up in WandaVision.
It's not across that storyline. You're saying.
Yeah, but in WandaVision, though, you don't see her getting part of Mephisto's soul to create those kids. She just created them. And the question becomes this: Did those kids, are those a manifestation of her mind again, like Vision is? But I don't know, dude. I mean, it's kind of weird. It seems like she's in control of that.
Isn't there some into like her kids become someone of
they become evil, or one of them does. I think one of them dies, or both of them do. I don't know.
I think she is in control, but I think it's too big of what she's doing, and it can get infiltrated. That's what we're watching.
You see when she lost kind of concentration when she saw Vision all dead, so she is kind of like she loses grip a little bit sometimes.
She's losing it a little bit. Like so the thing is as more. So the thing is that I thought about it, guys, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but this is what I thought about it. You think that she made this whole thing up in her head, but as far as she's losing that reality, she's coming back to her senses. She's realizing that it's not true what she made, but she's trying to hold on, and so that's why she's kicking everybody the heck out. Is going from the 50s, 60s to a 70s now looking show. So we're gonna get to the 80s and 90s. It keeps looking like that kind of sitcom thing. So
possibly.
I don't know, but the sitcom element to it, I didn't see that this fourth episode. I got like MCU vibes now. Like it's it's not. They're not really. The bigger picture is that it's coming along now. You know what I mean? Because when we were first watching it, the kids were like, "Oh, this is kind of stupid." Like, and my wife even, "Oh, it's gonna be like this." I'm like, "No, this hasn't even scratched the surface yet." You know what I mean? There's a bigger story.
Well, the funny thing is there were so many haters that started switching gears with episode 4. It's like you have to know. I mean, it was kind of revealed that this was going to turn out to be, merging with mutants and stuff. This is modern times. This isn't, if you had any kind of thought process that this would be that this has potential to be really cool, you would follow through with, 4 or 5 episodes.
Well, now that you really think that, Cat, too, like that you think that there's someone out there that's doing it to her. And it automatically makes me think about, I don't know if anybody's reading the new Black Widow series of books, but it's kind of the same story-esque where like Black Widow is not really aware of what's going on until it's brought to her attention. And then she finally like realized that she wasn't married and she did have a kid, or they had a kid and she was married, but it wasn't her. It was someone that was messing with her pretty much or controlling her. which I can't remember.
So it has that same kind of vibe.
A little bit, and I can't remember what the group is within that. I might have to pull a book
Well,
out.
there's so part of what I've thought about is who is the guy that took that PEMS took from Ant-Man? He took PEMS particle.
The one
I think that
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I think that he was working with Hydra, or he was working with Shield. Then he was working with Hydra and the 10 Rings. There's one called AIM. Do you know about AIM?
That's
so he could be working with Hydra and AIM, and it could be Hydra that's partially responsible for this, because she's possibly the biggest threat to them of all the superheroes. I mean, Scarlet Witch is badass.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of that one thing though, bro? Like, okay, so Shield has always been part of the MCU and has always taken over the investigations part, right? As soon as we get into WandaVision, when we got to see Sword is taking over a lot of the investigation part, right? So they're put Vision, they put all the people together. They're doing, plus that we see that one girl from Thor working with Sword. So what's going on with Shield right now?
Well, I think Shield went bad.
Shield's gone.
Is this the Dark Reign part of Shield?
Yeah,
but
Shield,
that's what I'm asking. This is when Osborn is going to take over Shield? Because Sword is looking like Sword is taking over the investigation on these things. I don't see a lot of agents of Shield in WandaVision. I haven't seen one.
There aren't any because Shield went bad.
For Hydra now.
Shield's with Hydra.
And that's
why you have Sword.
Black Widow book it is Hydra, but it's Madam Hydra, whoever's running it now. It's not even. I mean,
it's not Baron Strucker.
Right. But that's in the Black Widow comic, the current run, that it's all Hydra.
Well, who was the one running Hydra post Red Skull?
Baron Strucker.
Yeah, Strucker was. It was Strucker, then Red Skull.
Oh, that's why we might have gotten that image 60 of Strucker in the.
Well, at first, Maria Hill was in charge of Shield.
Before Strucker?
I think so. Either before or during the assault on Pleasant Hill. I can't remember which one.
But we did get that. We did get that Strucker commercial mid-show of WandaVision. So that could be a big clue of what you guys are all trying to put together. That might be.
Yeah, but the question is that clue meant to try to wake Wanda up because she would know who Strucker is? Or is that clue something for us? It's like the toaster with Stark Industries.
I see what you're saying now, Kat. Like it's basically like a image for her that they've created in order for her to kind of
wake up.
But that's also what makes me think that it's on her. I don't think like everybody's trying to wake her up, but I don't think it's someone controlling her. It's her. She's gotten so lost within her own mind that she's creating this reality, and everybody's fighting to basically wake her up by giving her those images, by saying those words. I mean,
well, you know that Timmy Woo's trying to get her out of there. Because he actually was calling into her from when they found out that they could tap into it and they could talk to her through the radio.
But I don't think what you're saying is like he said, who's doing this? I think that's just him trying to. I mean, because he doesn't believe that someone could.
He said, "Who's doing this to you, Wanda?"
Well, yeah, because I mean, during their investigation, they found out that 2 Avengers were stuck in this reality with all kinds of people that are normal, that have nothing to do with powers and all this other stuff. So they're putting all.
They're all part of. No, they're all part of Sword, aren't they? Or
well, in Assault on Pleasant Hill, that prison, that's a prison. That's the prison's name. Okay, and Komikz is the one that's altering their minds to make them think that they're normal. Okay, and eventually the prisoners broke out, but they used that same prison to trap the Avengers. And the Avengers eventually got out.
Okay,
the Avengers eventually got out because something with Dr. X, Xavier, he taught his students to resist psychic ability. So they actually may be coming into this to help Wanda get out.
It could be exactly what I was going to ask you about. That's exactly what I was going to ask you next, because it could be exactly what you're saying in a sense. Well, it could be either or. It could be like she's doing her own thing, like what Batman Posture is saying, because that's where I was going with it. I was actually thinking the way he was thinking. But now that you're saying that, it could be out on the limb at how to explain that she is being manipulated, right? And to get her out, they have to investigate her past, and her dad is Magneto, right? So, and once we start getting into the past of her and find out that she's a mutant, that's a perfect way to break in the mutants to break her out of where she's at. Exactly, because if she's trapped in it's a good way to get to her, though, it would be perfect, because you make her believe that Vision is alive. And that's how you hook her, because she would want to be just stuck in that reality, right? With Vision.
What if Vision is alive? Because
okay, I didn't think about it. I thought he was dead.
Here's the time frame. Okay, if you think about this time frame, Monica Rambeau wakes up. She comes back. She comes back because she was zapped away, right? She comes back and she's in the hospital. She had been gone for what, 4 years or something, 5 years?
3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't Wanda also have been zapped away? She was one of the ones that got zapped.
Yeah, Wanda also was zapped away. But Monica Rambeau got called by Sword to come back to work, like what, a week or 2 later?
Yeah, very recent.
So that's the amount of time that Wanda
and there wasn't
had.
that many episodes, so Wanda barely came back. So Wanda and all of them had just barely come back.
Yeah, but there's the other was it Agatha that's in the show as well? There's some rumors that she's a witch and has helped Wanda.
Well, Agatha Hartley or whatever.
The neighbor, right?
Yeah, but we don't know that that's actually her. Because remember, the two of her and the whoever the black guy is, that's the neighbor.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name was.
She was one of the only ones that wasn't up on that wall, Agatha, right?
No, neither one of the neighbors were up on the wall yet.
Neither one, yeah.
No, the black guy was up there. I forgot what his name was. He was up there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was up on the wall. Oh, yeah, it was in the latest episode.
Okay.
They're revealing this neighbor is actually this citizen of this town, and I think Agatha was one of the only ones, along with her husband, that you've never seen before. Which she keeps talking about him, but we've never seen that husband yet.
Wow. Okay.
And I think Agatha is supposed to be a witch, right? That trained Wanda.
Well, they were friends. Her and Wanda were kind of like friends.
Yeah, and
what happened was when Wanda lost the boys and Vision, she was really distraught, and Agatha actually helped her get through that. She did something to her mind to make her better.
So then explain to me this theory that Vision is actually alive, because Endgame happened and all the stones were in the gauntlet. So Mind Stone is not a part of Vision at any point in time within that. And I know that Vision went on to basically be something else after the Mind Stone was removed, but I mean, I don't think we got there yet.
No, but here's my theory on Vision's possibility of being alive that we don't know, is that there's been all that time between Vision dying and you know, them, you know, everybody coming back. So we don't know
what happened to the Gauntlet after the movie.
But you're saying it's only a couple of weeks, though. It's not 5 years, because 5 years in Homecoming, that's how long it was when they were having the celebration or whatever. That, I mean, it has been long.
Okay, yes, but
Iron Man snaps the fingers, right?
Vision. Hold on a second. Vision still is the Mind Stone's removed. He's dead.
Right.
Wanda vanishes. Okay, 5 years later, they come back to life. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened in those 5 years.
Oh, within the 5 years. Okay.
What happened within the 5 years. Now, in the comic books, Vision is resurrected by Professor Pym. He's actually recreated as the White Vision. Okay. And his memories were restored, but his emotional attachment to Wanda were not there. Now Wanda comes back to life. Did she instantly, you know, have all this grief and create that environment, or did she get tossed into that place? We don't know. I mean, we can only speculate what that is. But what if Vision is alive and she didn't know it, and she created this reality?
Well, that's exactly because when Vision died is because they took the stone off of him, right?
Yeah.
And after Endgame, they did the Marvel all the Avengers in them kept the Gauntlet, right? The Gauntlet the Gauntlet stayed with Iron Man when he died, right? When he snapped it and saved it at the end, right?
No, Captain
so
America,
all they gotta do is take off the stone
took the gauntlet
and put it back on Vision's head.
He returned the stones to original form, is where they should have been. That's what happened in Endgame, where Captain America went back in time and basically placed the stones back where they needed to be.
So that should be a clue that they had to put the stone back on Vision, because the other stone came back through Vision.
But you got to remember, they went back before Vision in Endgame. Before it even became the Mind Stone of Vision, it was in the.
Oh, it put everything. Well, then everything replays itself, and then Cat 60's theory is what happened. Vision could have came back no matter what, because if they put the stone back, then history replays itself, right?
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't necessarily need the stone because he's turned into something else.
They were saying that he could be powered by Wanda's, because Wanda was created by one of the stones, right? And that's what the red stuff is, right? The red power. That's from one of the stones. So someone was saying that he's being powered or generated or like brought back to life with the power of her stone.
Lots and lots of theories. I love it.
Dude, this is crazy. This is actually going it can go a lot of ways. And I forgot about that. You're right. Everybody did go back in time to set the stone to its previous place.
Well, but at the end, after they defeated Thanos, when Captain America basically became old, he returned all the stones and then basically lived the life that he didn't get to. He went home, so to speak. So, I mean, but where did he put the Mind Stone back? Did he put the Mind Stone back in the scepter in Ragnarok, or not Ragnarok? Yeah.
Well, what was the stone in Loki's staff?
The Mind Stone.
Okay, so that's pretty cool because that's what created Wanda's abilities.
Is the Mind Stone?
Yeah, Hydra used that to create the abilities for Wanda and her brother. What's his name?
Petro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they used Loki's staff to create those two.
Right, because that's actually shown in Age of Ultron. They kind of hint at it, which now that I really think about it, you said that, it makes me really scratch my head.
Well, okay, so what's Wanda's biggest ability? I mean, she fucks with people's minds. I mean, that's one of the things that she does. She fucks with people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
So, it makes sense that the Mind Stone would do this to her.
I don't know. I just have some kind of, I don't know, this feeling that it's really her. I don't think it's, I mean, I do like the theory about like the House of M, like that road, but someone tells me because she's dealing with that grief that you're talking about, she's basically replaying it and making it become her alternate reality so she can cope.
Well, there's also some spec that could come from this with okay, Tommy Woo or Timmy Woo is one of the agents of Atlas.
Oh snap!
So this could create a whole cool environment. You got Silk, Arrow, you got that whole crew of new heroes.
Golly.
So that could be pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways that this could spin off. I mean, definitely House of M is in the radar. It's been said over and over again that mutants are coming into this.
Well, it made me look up like the timeline of like to watch the movies in too, and past everything that's going on, they're going X-Men and Fantastic Four TV series like they're doing with Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision. They're basically creating more after that, so they have to have some kind of timeline that they're going to follow, and I want to say all of that is going to basically come into one big season finale. They'll all kind of like merge at one point.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see next episode, man.
Yeah. Well, here I was watching it, and I was like, they finally got the chick there from, who is that? Two Broke Girls or whatever. That's that chick, isn't it?
The Thor girl, the girl from Thor.
Yeah. Her Jane's friend or whatever. But,
exactly.
But once they got to that, I was like, shit, there's only going to be like 15 more minutes of this dang episode. They got to get stuff going. We barely know what's going on.
Yeah, dude, this is going to get really interesting. And I so hope that it spins off into Agents of Atlas, because Silk is, I got big spec into Silk. And I just bought a bunch of Arrow books. I just bought the whole series of Agents of Atlas. I have new Agents of Atlas. I mean, there's so much cool shit that can happen here.
So do you think mutants coming is going to be a result of this series, or do you think it's going to be slowly introduced? Or do you think it's going to be a Big Bang type, now we have mutants in this world?
I don't know. I mean, I think the mutants have been there, though.
So you think they've been there the whole time in this world, and that?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a series where she brings the mutants in from another reality,
from another Earth,
another Earth, or maybe that's going to be in the next Doctor Strange movie.
I mean, it's kind of cool that they had that Spider-Man Far From Home bring in what's his name? They didn't actually bring him in. It was, he created that Mysterio. So
he was in Powers.
He actually laid it out that he's from a different Earth, which was a fraud. But maybe there's some knowledge that there are other Earths.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, really cool shit, man. I mean, I wish that people went into this with an open mind when it first came out, because they had this thank you. They had this they started off with like, "Oh my god, it's so stupid. It's a 50s sitcom." Yeah.
I actually liked it. I was hoping that they'd go through all of it.
I was enjoying it, to be honest. I mean,
I liked it too. I liked it a lot because actually it brought back memories. I mean, they were really freaking well done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really well
My
done.
wife loves I Love Lucy, so it was perfect for her.
And
yeah, so many people just had a big hate fest on it. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of those people, were told to sit down and watch it and watch episode 4. Because episode 4 just opened up the whole thing.
Yeah. Like this was the first episode that they actually put a trailer out for as well. They don't normally do it. Like if you look at Mandalorian or anything like that, they haven't put out trailers for things on Disney Plus for the next coming next episode. So it looked like they were seeing their numbers drop and trying to go, no, come back, we're gonna have some.
Oh, I didn't know
this episode. Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about because if you go to the show, you could watch a trailer of whatever it is. But WandaVision and Mandalorian didn't have it. But maybe that's what their exclusives are doing, and up until a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that this has so much potential to go into so many different things. It gives Disney Plus a huge ability to really grow the Marvel series.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about something else about Disney Plus because there's a lot of people that don't like Disney Plus because of who they are.
Yeah.
And I hate going down these holes, but I'm going to put it into a feel good kind of thing. I'm not a fan of their policies. I'm not a fan of what's going on in our world. I mean, but again, this whole cancel culture shit is such bullshit and boycotting. That's not who Americans are, dude. Yeah. It's a way to manipulate the free market and get rid of people you don't like. You shouldn't get rid of them because you don't like their ideology. You should get rid of them because their products are crappy.
Right.
Well, that's what it really boils down to. And when you cancel a culture, when you cancel somebody, like you boycott somebody, you're not hurting the big guys. They'll just go take their money and run. Fuck it. They don't need it anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could go start something else. They could go do whatever. What you're hurting is the families of the people that work there. I mean, a prime example, Exxon Valdez crashes spilling oil in Alaska. Boycott Exxon. Who are you hurting? You're not gonna go to the gas station to get Exxon gas, okay? You're hurting those convenience store employees that need a job. Yeah. You're hurting the owners of these places. And they're not big tycoons, dude. They're just people like us. They have families that rely on this shit.
But on the opposite side of the coin, though, Kat, like the world we live in, regardless if we like it or not, is evolving. And it's when companies like Disney jump into a streaming service or whatever, that's where everything is going. It's solely based off of streaming. Look what we're doing right now. We could have all met up 2 weeks ago and took a week or a 4-day drive, 6-day drive, and all met up at the same place and be having a conversation at a table somewhere. But we're not. But
the thing is that okay, so again, I'm against cancel culture. Let's put it that way. Okay.
I'm not.
Do I care about these tech giants? No, I think they're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I really fucking hate them. I think they should go fucking burn in hell somewhere. However, well, look, here's my idea. I have a lot of liberal value. Okay. I'm a conservative though. I believe that everybody has a right to say what it is that's on their mind, within reason.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, but they're not allowing that. So, that's where I have to kind of draw the line with these tech giants. But I do also agree that we shouldn't be not watching Disney Plus because there's a cool show on, right?
Right.
There's a cool show on. But I hate Disney. I hate their policies. I hate the corporate structure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The show's good. By me supporting the Disney Plus, yeah, I'm supporting something I don't like, but I'm also supporting the actors that need a job. I'm supporting the camera guys. I'm supporting the crews of these shows. I'm supporting all of this other stuff. And that's the part that people have to wake up to. Cancel culture is bullshit, dude.
Like I said, I don't disagree. It's more of a understanding of, or acceptance that it's regardless of how we feel or what we do or what we say, it's not going to change anything, Kat. It's not.
No.
It is what it is, and like that's the way the world is turning now, and we just have to live in it.
Oh, I agree. I agree. But we'll see how much pain people start suffering.
It's
happening.
It's been that for past 25, 50 years.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, back to WandaVision.
Yeah, that went sideways.
I know. Well, I just started thinking about people that I've talked to so many people that have different reasons why they hate the show. It just was one of them, and I went down that rabbit hole. Sorry. I have a tendency to do that.
I think people that are fans of the MCU, when they see the first couple of episodes, it's a little jarring. Like they're not prepared for that kind of cadence of comedy and the way it's being presented. But they were trying to hold true to the film techniques of that time and basically try to mimic what a show of that era would have been like. And like it's the same as if we went back and tried to watch those original shows. A lot of people would not be a fan of them. It's just not the way people are accustomed to how things are presented these days. So but they just weren't getting the fact that that was the goal of it, was to look like a period piece. Mm-hmm. And they weren't ready to. They didn't realize it was like, you notice in the first episode, it was all kind of long shots and no close-ups, and then sort of the next shot, it was kind of like, or like when Wanda was the doctor was there. I think that was the third episode, right? You got these like things that were more period appropriate shot takes. So it felt more like one of those types of shows. So I think it was just a little jarring for people not realizing that that's what they were going for, was kind of dry sort of humor, dry kind of like stylistic cameras, and they even had laugh tracks in there. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I think as it goes forward into like the 90s, you're going to see that kind of stuff move away.
But even that small humor, that like very dry-esque, like old school humor that they have in the first 3 episodes, they've had that through all the Avengers movies, period.
Yeah.
It's just not black. That's not in black and white, and it's a better shot, or it's wrote better in a description of what's happening.
Dogs.
I remember in the latest episode there was a piece where the comedy definitely felt like it was more our time. Like they would say something and they would cut to, I think the girl watching the thing, and it was, it basically they like set the gag up in one shot and then they cut to her watching something on the TV in the next shot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, this feels like modern comedy here, where they're setting something up that way, and that's something they would never do back in like the 50s. Like, it just wasn't part of the art form at that point.
The the best freaking line was when that chick came out with her earrings and said, "Do these earrings make me look fat?" And then the power went out. He goes, "Thank God." I mean, look, I grew up in a time when the reruns of these old shows were like all over the place. Leave It to Beaver. I mean, just all these shows were there, and we watched them. And back when I was younger, I mean, we only had several freaking channels, anyways. But I'd watch those shows, and they were not funny. Really stupid humor, and this emulates that perfectly. Yeah. I mean, they did a really good job. They must have done a lot of homework, watched a lot of stupid 50 sitcoms to pull that shit off.
Yep.
And then this takes you back to want to create that environment because it's wholesome and it's good and it's, that time frame, especially in America, was very pure and very, very, how can I say it properly? I mean, it was filled with like wholesomeness.
Yeah, it was wholesome.
Very wholesome.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until like the 60s started coming around where people started being idiots. So
peace and love.
I mean, do I want to walk around saying golly gee whiz? And no. But again, I mean, it must have been great times.
Oh, gee willikers.
It must have been really great times. We just came out of World War II. The economy was booming.
Yep.
Things were good. I mean, people were more inclined to help each other because they just rallied together to defeat a massive group of people that were trying to take over the world.
They were more people that would walk up to a perfect stranger on the street and just sit there and have a chat. Hey, how's your day going? Nowadays, no one talks to anybody. You walk down the street and everybody's got their phone their head in their phone.
Yeah, and it's also they're wearing masks and they just want to get the fuck out of wherever they're at so they can take them off.
Well, I mean, it's weird. Like I was walking through Lowe's today and had a mask on and saw one of the employees walking by and she was pushing like a big cart or something. And normally you'd smile at them just to help brighten their day. And I smiled and realized she can't see that. And then I looked at her and I couldn't see whether she was actually even happy or not. So it's kind of.
But you realize, like, based off of all kind of like just your facial expressions, people can tell that you're smiling without seeing your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I've witnessed that, but still, it takes away a lot of the human connection.
I don't disagree with that, but it makes people look at a different, like, almost a different picture other than seeing your entire face. You have to look at my forehead to my nose, like, kind of in order to really see what I'm saying to you, pretty much, without saying it.
Yeah, that's a big deal of walking by somebody and smiling and
yeah.
I mean, I could tell. I mean, I've seen it, where, just walking in the grocery store and I smiled at somebody and they smiled back and you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I don't know, man. It's so
there's a positive out of wearing a mask. It makes people like listen carefully, and because you can't hear anybody what they're talking about when they have their mask on, unless they're yelling. You actually have to look to someone in the eyes in order to really see if they're smiling at you or if they're rolling them in order to tell you to like get bent. I mean,
I was always told to look somebody in the eye, so I've always looked people in the eye.
Yeah, but I'm saying most people nowadays didn't before they had to wear a mask. Now they're being forced to because we are wearing masks. So that's the positive outcome out of the. Great.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Batman on this one. The little things that we forgot about are the little things that we're doing now.
Yep.
It was just stuff that we forgot how to do, that we just didn't do often. Now we're doing it more. We even appreciate, like, we're like, I have such a connection of talking sometimes with J1 and stuff that, but we were so caught up in our own worlds, moving at 150 miles an hour all the time, that now that we're moving a little bit slower, it kind of makes us appreciate the people that are around us a little bit more. I feel. I don't know about everybody around. I know we lost a lot of things, but if we're bitching over going to the movies, but I got to learn more people like J1, Keith Lackey, Batman Popster. I'd rather do that than fucking go to the movies. I'll tell you that shit right now, honestly. But I understand why people want to go to the movies.
Yeah.
But I can give a rat's ass.
all it does for me is make me read more comic books. So you just read all day.
Where you from, Batman?
I live in Alabama, but I'm from Ohio. So right at the top of Alabama.
Yeah, I've been through there many times. I like Alabama, actually. It's pretty.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful here.
I used to live in Missouri, and I had relatives that lived in Tallahassee.
Okay.
So used to go through that area all the time. Used to go down to Lake of the Ozarks and.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm literally right there. I'm probably, as of right now, where my house is, I'm probably 30 minutes from the Tennessee line. So it's not. I mean, we're literally right at the top in Huntsville. So.
Oh, but anyways, I don't know where else to go with WandaVision. I mean,
no, definitely that was a good conversation.
Just the mere fact that you can go so many different ways and so many different avenues, that we're thinking that it will entice people to watch the show and continue watching the show.
Well,
it's so funny. It's so funny how many people I've heard specking on it.
But
early spec have come so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
And do you guys think that we get a big character on one of these shows, like a Gambit or a Rogue or anybody from the Fantastic Four? You think that we get anybody from a Fox character in one of these MCU shows?
I think if it goes House of M, we'll see Professor X.
Yeah, we'll definitely see Professor X, but we also have possibilities of all these other ones, because there's House of M, Spider-Man, and there's House of M, Fantastic Four, and House of M, Hulk, and House of M. They're all in there.
Yeah.
So definitely, one of the things I got to say is I'm huge specking on Doctor Strange, and the reason why is that in the comic books, he actually delivered the babies.
Okay.
Or he was there when she got pregnant, and he was there when she got pregnant, and he examined her, and then he referred another doctor. I think, I don't remember, one or the other. Either he delivered him, or he actually did the the examination and had somebody else referred her to another doctor. So I have a huge spec in Doctor Strange.
So here's the question from the chat too: that is all the Disney series going to come in, tie into WandaVision? I don't think it's all going to tie together. I think it's going to be its own thing through its own storyline, and it's going to have its own twists and turns, because I've already seen, what is this? Oh, I've already seen where they're talking about Captain America coming back into the fold within Falcon and Winter Soldier. And Chris Evans has even not really saying it, but he is saying it that he's
going to come back.
He's going to come back as Captain America. But I think the spec that I've read or seen is that it's still going to be older Cap. He's just going to be like those cameos that there'll be a flashback or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that Disney Plus is into losing money.
No. But like I said, they're not going to tie WandaVision into Falcon and Winter Soldier just because they're all Avengers.
Now, what do you guys? So we'll touch this topic last before we end it. What do you guys think of the question in the chat?
That's what we've been talking about, family.
You talking like the ones coming up, like the other, like Comic-Con series and that stuff? I think they're all going to live in the same universe. They might not intertwine and stuff.
I don't think it's going to be an Endgame or a Infinity War type ending or like a whole massive tie-in. It's one of those things where I think it's going to be its own kind of one-off.
Yeah, but
if we got Sword, I'm just hoping that we actually, because we already know that Fox botched the whole Sentinels. But if we get this, man, can you imagine the first appearance and then the first appearance of Master Mold, how that book is going to go up? Dude, and the Sentinels were huge, bro. Disney would kill it with the Sentinels. They're huge. So, man, when we get the X-Men, man, I just hope that we get all of that, dude. Master Mold, we get the Sentinels. What was the name of that one white what was this? The one that came back with Bishop? I forget that dude's name, but that dude was sick too. The one the one Sentinel from Bishop's timeline. Does anybody remember his name?
I don't know.
Nah, yeah, that dude. I think it's this one. It's the one with the white but yeah, man, that's my favorite part of the X-Men was the Sentinel part, because I remember watching the cartoon version in the '90s. I mean, who doesn't remember that theme song, dude? That theme song was the shit. Watching that on Disney Plus brought a lot of memories. That was the shit. Yeah. I mean, man, dude, I was just like, and that whole run, dude. Even when Morph comes back, and they brought that whole thing back, bro, was dude, I watched the whole series twice again, bro. So man, I hope they do bring this. I don't think Disney's gonna mess it up, man. I hope that they don't get too cocky, and I hope they don't ruin it, and I hope like they give the fans what they want, and they have been so far.
I was saying that if they're smart, they would go ahead and freaking bring in all kinds of shit.
Well, what do you think of the horror element that Doctor Strange is going to bring into the MCU? We kind of saw a taste on WandaVision when they showed Vision all dead.
Yeah,
creepy.
Yeah,
that's just a little taste of what's to come. So, I mean, I'm excited for that.
Doctor Strange is a big key, bro. I think Doctor Strange is a big key.
Definitely.
And then we got to get the Silver Surfer with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And then when we get Doctor Doom in here, dude, this is a big setup for Doctor Doom, bro, because I feel that once we get Doctor Doom, and he's gonna he runs a whole country, so it's gonna be perfect for what's going on with Shield and now with Sword and what's going on. It's gonna be so perfect, bro. They can actually do a lot of things now that they got. The only thing I'm worried is, do you think that Sony takes Spider-Man away like that because of everything how's going so good over there?
They're getting too much money from to use them, and I mean Disney's making their money off of Venom too. So eventually they're going to come to some kind of agreement where I mean, they'll bring the Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home into Disney Plus at some way possible.
You think we get Venom? Venom? Or do you think that they have to redo a whole new? Because those rights, I think they only have rights for Spider-Man, right?
Sony does.
Yeah, Sony. But
yeah.
they let Disney use only Spider-Man for what was it for like 3 movies or was it 4?
I know, but Venom is solely on
Sony.
Yeah. No, Spider-Man is solely.
Yeah, I think Venom is too.
Yeah, so with that whole thing, they get. I think that's why they were only allowed to use. But that was my thing though. Don't they get all of that though? They get all of the characters that go with Spider-Man. Dr. Ock, the Lizard.
Well, I heard they were gonna bring the Fox cast, the X-Men into the MCU or something like that. Did you guys see about that or hear about that? I mean, that they were gonna actually incorporate the Sony
the young X-Men that just came out in that Phoenix movie, and the one and the.
I'm not sure. I heard something like that they were gonna, because everybody nowadays they want
because all those original characters are old, dude.
Well, not only they old, a lot of them don't want to do it anymore.
Right. I want the new X-Men they've been doing like First Class and the Phoenix and all of those like to come in and tie in. I mean, yeah, we all miss Wolverine, but no offense, but there ain't gonna be another Wolverine like freaking Hugh Jackman. So
yeah, but dude, you can't really say that, man. You can't really say that. Because look at Batman. I mean, Batman evolved many times. There's been
no one's better than Michael Keaton. So
yeah, but I beg to differ. I think
Christian Bale.
No,
Christian Bale gave it a good run, and everybody else sucked. Because I can't believe they even gave Ben Affleck a shot. That dude was horrible.
They gave George Clooney a shot. And that was really bad.
I actually like Bale because
I kind of gave Bale. I give Bale a good grade on Batman. I thought he did a great job, especially the Joker. That Joker one with man. That's one of my favorites.
You know
Ben
what?
Affleck was sick too, though.
He had a lot of help with that one with freaking
Heath Ledger. Yeah,
I mean Heath Ledger made that freaking movie,
and that's what Heath Ledger. There will never be another Joker like Heath Ledger either. It's just,
dude, I don't know, man. I mean, I hate Joaquin Phoenix, man. I hate him. I think he's an asshole.
He is.
But I think that he could actually do a really good job with the Joker. I mean, he was pretty demented, and it kind of brought the Joker into a reality, so he's actually demented, not starting off as some smart guy, with all his faculties together, just a little homicidal, whatever. But this guy was fucking certifiably crazy.
Great, yeah.
I mean there's been a lot of good ones. Jack Nicholson did his thing. I mean, I like different versions of characters, so I mean, I give all those guys credit. I don't know.
I just don't like Ben Affleck. I think that's the biggest one. Ben Affleck sucked as Batman, dude.
I hope they should have used Keanu Reeves for Batman. He was already a martial artist, like a real one. I didn't understand why they went Ben Affleck.
No, but it's gonna turn into the I've been reading about like spec on that too, where DC is gonna try to go like different Earths, kind of. Everybody's going to have their own Batman, and then eventually they're going to have this one big movie where it like crosses over into
with the Flash,
different, like Flashpoint,
and Flashpoint and all that.
Yeah, they got they have all the Jokers they can do too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I heard there's going to be a new one on the new Batman movie also.
Yeah, well, I don't think Joker's in the new. It's Riddler and Catwoman and the Penguin. I don't think the Joker is a part of the one that's coming out now. I think they're moving to 3. Yeah, maybe they'll have the Joker, but I don't foresee it being this movie. Which
Who's
I'm
gonna play
think-
Catwoman?
Huh?
I think actually he needs another movie. I mean, I'm sorry, but a lot of people didn't like that movie.
Who, Joaquin?
And I could tell you, yeah, and I could tell you that I didn't like it the first time I watched it that much, but I already went in thinking I wasn't gonna like it, and then I just gave it a really good chance, and I watched it again, and I was kind of glad I did because I started thinking about the reality of this guy's fucking crazy. I mean,
It
to
was too
certify-
long. It was too long to get to the point. I thought on this Joker movie. I
Yeah,
thought-
but you know what? We're talking about it. We're talking about origins, you know. So
I
I
like,
didn't like the origins. I wanted him to fall in that acid, bro, and I didn't
Yeah.
get the acid fall.
Oh, you wanted Batman to come out and all that?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
you
didn't
didn't,
get the. I was like,
Everybody
come
did.
on, man. I got some
you didn't
like
need the
some-
acid.
You wanted OG
like,
Joker.
You know what I
You
mean?
didn't
Like
need.
it was.
You didn't need the acid, bro. He was fucked up to begin with.
Yeah, dude. That's what I didn't really like that
Back
story.
in the 80s, it was fall into the chemicals. Nowadays, it's fucking people drive you crazy and shit.
I wanted to see that shit when he fell in the chemicals and he slid through the sewer. I wanted to see all that shit, dude. That's the Joker that I wanted to see. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted a real origin story. And there goes DC botching it.
Maybe we'll get something soon.
Y'all want to keep on talking, or y'all want to sell some books?
Oh shoot! Auction time. My bad.
Let's go sell some books, man.
My bad. My bad.
So with that
Money
being
talk,
said,
bullshit walks.
we will end it here with
I'll be there in a bit.
crazy talk, and hopefully,
Now we can continue some of this conversation in the auction, fellas. This movie talk is getting pretty fiery. Batman Pops was gonna probably let me know who Catwoman's being played. Big fan of Catwoman over here, your boy. So if you have that info, Batman, I didn't know who Catwoman was gonna be played by.
dude,
By Lenny
but
Kravitz.
yeah. So I mean, if you don't have Disney Plus and you want to watch WandaVision and see what WandaVision's all about, check it out. You know that we're always talking about crazy different things, and we got an auction with Comic Book Poser coming up
Marvel Zombies, get tuned, get ready.
right now.
Woo.
And yeah, so if you haven't subbed up Comic Book Poser, his link is in the description, as well as Meta, which we missed him today. Hopefully he's doing good with that slow snore.
AM is gonna eat Hydra's thigh.
Oh my god! Without further ado, I'm gonna end it before someone goes off of the rails, like KM. But yeah, see you guys next week.